Okay, we are on day 55 of the Swiss Chard Grow Journey. We still have all three Swiss Chard plants in here. These were originally started in open face soil, and after 55 days, the plant is still growing pretty strong. The leaves are standing up pretty straight. Last week I did eat the bigger leaf, that was the bigger older leaf. The way that I'm utilizing my plants is that I am allowing for them to grow, and I am only picking off the older leaves in order to allow for new growth to occur. So that may mean me picking one leaf at a time. And I'm satisfied with that because although I am growing these for consumption, I'm also growing them for observation. Just to observe how these plants grow. That way, whenever I do get a larger space and have land, I may be better able to determine what things that I like to grow and what grows the easiest and what seems to be the most prolific for me to grow and things that I have a success rate with. So I'm very pleased with this little plant. This little one, it's been the smallest one since these things have started to even sprout. So I think the only way that this one may be a little bit larger is if I were to maybe take it out of this pot and put it with something else, or if I were to remove this one, because then I think this one may become a little larger. But as you can see, the older leaves are a little bit, they kind of get a little bit dull in coloration. But the newer leaves are more crisp and, they have this beautiful oxblood color. Or this I would say, not even, well, the leaves are oxblood, but the stems are like this alizarin crimson. I remember these paints that I used to have, my Utrecht oil paints, and this is like the color of alizarin crimson. Very beautiful, pinkish red, very, very rich in color. So day 55. Also, I have another day 55 chard here. I began growing these on the same day in that open face soil. This one looks as if it's starting to begin to get larger than this one. This one actually, these were all growing in the same area, and this was actually one of the smaller ones, but it looks like now it's kind of caught up to the red one. And I also have a secondary little plant in here. This was also started on the same day. But as you can see, this Swiss chard back here, the larger one, is really beginning to do some things. It's even beginning to have buds in between the newer buds, which that's new for me, because with this other plant, I really only get new foliage in the very center. With this one, is different because this one is growing in the center, on the sides. I did pick one leaf and I ate it. I believe I picked it on maybe a couple of days ago, 3 days ago. I pulled off the oldest leaf and I ate that. And let's see, sometimes whenever I water this, the plant leaves will stand straight up immediately after watering. But lately, even after watering, I'm getting, this little limp business. I don't know what that's about. I don't think I'm overwatering, but one thing that I do notice, the root system is becoming very, very large here. But one thing that I notice is a big old gap in my pot. I don't know if you can see that little white space. It's like a white space, but not really space right there. So I had actually repotted this because I thought that the soil was compacted in the in the in the original pot that I had it in. So I put some new soil at the bottom. This is the new one. So I had put some new soil at the bottom and literally just sat this part on top. And all of these roots have grown in since then, because you could tell, and I could tell because there's that bare space in between where it's almost like, what, how this happened? It's because I didn't really pack the soil in, I guess, that well. And the root system has really grown even larger than I thought it would. So I'm going to have to perhaps repot this one so that it can get more growth on it, but it's doing pretty well as it stands. I'm very excited about these plants. 55 days of growth. And we're just going to keep it going and grow them for as long as they can grow, and I'll continue to harvest.